greetings and salutations, all my friends and family, fans and followers of the Zita Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you for joining us here for episode 107 of The Revolution. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen, only 4 more to go. Till the end of time, I am your host with the most from the east to the west coast, like peanut butter on your breakfast toast. The one take wonder, the man who will steal your thunder, the one, the only, Emperor Zita. And I am coming to you from the greatest place in the world, the Fortress of Solitude, here in Etobicoke, Ontario, Canada. First off, I just wanted to wish all the wonderful mothers out there a very happy Mother's Day. My mother-in-law, my nonna, my grandma Kay, and most especially my mother, Patty Zita, the lady with a heart of gold, and of course my beautiful and lovely wife, Empress Magz, who gave me the 2 wonderful monsters that you see here every week, of which there is no way to thank her enough for. So, this week we have an action-packed episode. Princess Katherine and myself head down to see the amazing SpiderMan 2. We got a preview, a review, with some great shots for you. And one last thing before I go, I just wanted to let you guys know that the next 2 weeks we will be having the Zita Nation Greatest Hits Part 1 and 2. Next week is Part 1. We have some great stuff for you, going back all the way to the beginning and making our way right down to the end. So come by, check it out, check out some of the great segments that we've had in the past, because as you know, there will not be much more of a future. Anyways, that is enough from me. Let's get on with the show. Rock and roll, baby! And here we go.
Next week, Anthony will be 16 months. He's driving us bonkers, climbing everything, trying to get into everything. Still pretends to eat when he's not eating. Barks like a dog. He knows what doggy says wolf. Apparently he barks at squirrels. He was barking at the neighbor's dog at my parents' place. It was rather funny. We had a bit of a rough week. Anthony had a hard time breathing on Tuesday, so I had to take him to the hospital. It's kind of scary. We didn't care. We got transferred to the Saga site. But luckily he didn't have to be admitted. They just gave me some peppers and we ended up getting discharged in the afternoon. That's a relief. So he's just on some meds right now. He's same old Anthony. Katherine had a bit of a spill. She tripped over the stroller and fell on the tiled step at Nona's house. Got a nice little scrape in her forehead there. I guess the way she landed, she chipped off a tiny little piece from the front of her tooth, but it's not really noticeable unless you really go and take a close look at her and look at the tooth. So it could have been a lot worse. Been a bit of a rough week, but at least work was okay. Well, happy Mother's Day to my mom, my mother-in-law, both grandmothers, and all our friends out there who have kids. I got a bit of a break, so I won't see you for another 3 weeks. See ya!
So have another drink and give me all you got. Let me go and come and rock your world. Let me go and make me shimmer and shake. Standing up, getting irate. I got my head on top of the shade. Let me go.
So Extreme Rules was a pretty awesome pay-per-view. Didn't think it would be as good as it was, although it was predictable. That's right, hit every match right, didn't miss one call on it. But the unfortunate thing is, all the storylines are still continuing on. All 3 major feuds are still going on until the next pay-per-view. Now the Evolution Shield match, fantastically done. I like that Evolution put the Shield over, that was wicked. But then they got beat down on Monday, smoked on SmackDown on Friday. It looks like Evolution's going to take the next in this series.
You can't see me.
John Cena, Bray Wyatt, the creep factor went through the roof. That little kid with messed up voice, freaking out Cena, chilling. And Cena sold it fantastically. I've never seen John Cena actually look afraid before. This feud, I'm actually glad that it is still going. I think it's fantastic the way that they're doing it. I just wish that Cena would get some help against the Wyatt, some actual help. He does have friends in the back, at least I hope. It would be nice if they somehow figured a way to get, one of his boys in there. Hint, hint, Zack Ryder. There's only so many odds Cena can overcome.
Yes! Yes!
Daniel Bryan Kane, spectacular. Flaming table, nice touch. Love that it was a hardcore match. The rumor is that the next one's going to be a buried alive match, which would be a great way to write Kane out of the storylines and keep Daniel Bryan's title reign going. I'm just curious as to who they're going to program him with next, because from what I know, Randy Orton still gets a rematch, right? Please God say it's not him.
Feed me more.
And then we come to my boy Zack Ryder. Guess what? He was on Raw this week. That's right, he was on Raw in the Battle Royal for the U.S. Championship. Second guy eliminated. So, looks like they are definitely not pushing Zack Ryder at all.
Are you serious, bro?
Although with Adam Rose's debut this week, how well would it fit to put Zack Ryder and Adam Rose together as a tag team? Again, throw in Ziggler, throw in The Miz, and you have a great faction starting up. Have it be a party time faction because, as he says, party time is all the time. They can call themselves the Road Buds.
Adam is and I'm awesome!
At least this way, Zack Ryder could be written into a storyline. I don't know why they're not using it. He has fantastic talent, and it's funny because the whole storyline they're doing with Kane and Daniel Bryan is very reminiscent of the same one they did with Kane and Zack Ryder. Now that didn't work out so well for Zack Ryder's career, did it?
Woo-hoo! You know it!
Get about all your fucking dreams. Left me wanting more with a sparkle in your eye. I have to have a cigarette to ease my mind. With the trashy makeup, it was too romance at first sight. The lipstick stains my heart. This night at the rock and roll dance party. I hear the music playing on the jukebox radio. Debauchery wakes me on electric.
Taking in an afternoon matinee here at the Queensway Cinemas.
Hello, people! It is movie day. We are back for a Zita Nation movie review. Me and Katherine are going to see, as you probably guessed by now,
Amazing SpiderMan 2!
that's right. And we're going to go check it out, get you guys a preview and a review during the film, find out what Katherine thinks about it, right?
I'm excited but skeptical of it.
That's right. So we're looking to see what the second part of the new reboot is like.
Here comes SpiderMan!
What you got for me today, New York?
Check out Twilight Station Savage.
Mr. Criminal. Hey, my name's SpiderMan. You can call me Webhead, you can call me Amazing. Just don't call me late for dinner. Get it? Not a shaker?
I'm a killer.
5 minutes, 10 pops.
Are those sirens?
No.
Peter?
No.
Peter?
No silence.
Happy birthday to me.
Yo, Sparkles! Hey, how you doing?
It's you? I just wondered if you want to see me. You lied to me.
No, I'm trying to help you. Let me help you.
It's my birthday. It's time for me to light my candles.
Currently serving a life sentence. He is most eager to join us.
The movie was good, and that's the movie that we saw. My favorite part was SpiderMan. It was the spider webbing. His girlfriend died, and the goblin killed her. It was sad because the goblin killed her. I give it 2 thumbs up because I liked the SpiderMan webbing.
So we just got out of Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2. It was actually an amazing movie. I liked the way they teased the Sinister Six at the end. It was really cool. And yes, the rumors are true. They did kill off Gwen Stacy. So that means we will see Mary Jane Watson in the next movie. No appearance in this one, though. Paul Giamatti as a Rhino, kind of ridiculous. But otherwise, fantastic movie. Definitely give it 2 thumbs up. The CGI for Spider-Man is fantastic. The Electro was done perfectly. I was kind of hesitant with Jamie Foxx playing it. Great job. And Harry Osborn twisted and messed up. And Garfield is a way better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire ever was.
This is my dog. And then the book. Mommy, please can you open this for me? Mom! Mommy, can I have a stick, please? Mommy, please can I have a stick? Let's make a puddle! Mommy, puddle! Mommy, puddle! Puddle! Anthony, look back here! Green Lantern light. There it is. Grandma's shoe. Look, puddle and flowers. Man, look. Isn't that a big one that I just found? The bubble has to come. Yes, I don't know, actually. I was trying hard really good. But my nunchuck happens was in a what? A popsicle. Square. It's yummy, but doesn't taste like one. Coconut. Why do they call it coconut? No, it's because we have the real coconut inside. My favorite was to drive the Italian cards and the English cards. Me, I win. I win. Now, Papa, you and me walk there. If you don't have any cards, you have to say Italian. Because that means you lose and I win. So if someone doesn't have them, you say Italian, you lose. You will get a timeout. Because that's what happens if you don't say Italian.
Just a fucking around. You better fix yourself 'cause it's time to show. When you get that feeling, don't let it go. Don't let go. By the flip of a switch, everything has changed. With no memory of trying to recall, electric nights leave me waiting for the fall. Waiting for the fall. Waiting for the fall. You better fix yourself 'cause it's time to show. You get that feeling, don't let it go.
Hello, people. It is Comic Book Day. That's right. It's Comic Book Day, and me and Anthony are here. We're all spiked up and ready to go. Headed down to Excalibur Comics today. We're going to talk to Rob and Fred as always. Maybe we'll run into David and Paul again this week. Thank you again to David Richards last week for joining us for Comic Book Day, one of the very last ones we'll ever see. I'll have more a bit on that later, but our bus is on the way, so we are headed up there, and we will see you soon, people. See you soon, people. We are back, Jack. So we are back down here once again at Tell the Comics, headed upstairs to talk to the boys this week. So just so you guys know, next week's Comic Book Day will not be here. So for the next 2 weeks, we are taking a break from Comic Book Day to bring you our Greatest Hits episode. That's right, the Zita Nation Greatest Hits playlist will be part 1 next week, part 2 the week after, and then we will be back to our normal Comic Book Day for the last 2 episodes of all time. So, we're going to head upstairs, talk to the boys, see if maybe Paul showed up this week, maybe David. And now it is time for Steps of Doom. Hey, Rob Painted.
This is Excalibur Comics, 3030 Bloor Street West, upstairs above the Kingsway Theater.
Alright, this week I'm going to discuss a couple of comic books that I like. Unlike a certain Inner Space, nudge nudge, those pricks actually did not mention comic books at all in their little forum on Tuesday. They like to mention at least 1 or 2 comic books, but this time they did one better, nothing. So I'm going to mention a couple of comic books that came out this week. First of all, Original Sin. There's one reason why you should pick up Original Sin. Mike Deodato. Did I say that right? Mike Deodato. Okay, let's pronounce it again. Mike Deodato. He is one of the best artists in comic books, period. I've always enjoyed his work. Talented man. His artwork's phenomenal. And just look at this stuff. This is worthwhile. It's a new mini-series by Marvel. They're putting out 2 issues a month, but again, it's Mike Deodato putting, and he is one of the best artists, period. Jason Aaron's a good writer, but this, because of Mike Deodato, I bring it up again and again to you. Another book that I will bring up as well is Real Heroes. Okay, now you're going, what's this? Well, Brian Hitch is doing his own little superhero type comic book writing for Image. It's called Real Heroes. The nice thing is Brian Hitch. Whether or not the writing's good or not, I don't care. It's Brian Hitch. Okay? Gabish? Just like Mike Deodato on Original Sin, Mike Hitch on Real Heroes. Okay, this is issue 2. Issue 1's out there lurking about. Okay? With the Black Widow comic book. Phil Nato, or whatever, however you pronounce it. He's doing a tremendous job on that book. Issue 6. Now this is the end of the first storyline, and it's really well done. And again, it's tremendous writing, well done writing, and very good art for a very interesting character. She's always been in the background a lot of the time, but they always need to get good artists and good writers on her. So I recommend Black Widow number 6. See you in 3 weeks, because I want to bash Inner Space. Death to Inner Space. Death to Inner Space. Death to Inner Space. What did I say? Oh yeah, Death to Inner Space. Kavish?
Look, hard at work.
I think we have to somehow get rid of or distance ourselves from government. We all tied with money, and somehow we need the money to pay bills and so forth. But somehow, I think we have to take our money out from the banks and actually buy gold and silver, because you know what? Canada, U.S., Australia, New Zealand, they passed laws that they can actually Cyprus your money. In Cyprus, they did a bill and they took the money out from the deposits. These now laws have been passed that even Canada can do it, just like Cyprus. 60% of the people's money were taken, and these were like mafia and Russian ex-KGB. I mean, you think they're powerful and so forth. No, the bankers seem to be more powerful. They just took their money and that was it. Who knows? And I think printing our money too, you're losing by keeping your money in this paper. We have to help ourselves somehow. Get off the grid, I don't know. Biogas, I've been looking at biogas, electrical generators, maybe solar, but they're very expensive, solar. Biogas, cut the grass, put it in a bag, put it in water, methane gas comes down, you hook it up to a generator maybe, perhaps, and then maybe get into the grid system. Somehow we just can't depend on government. We've got to find ways, like aquaponics, grow your own food maybe in the basement. And we don't want to be like Soylent Green. We have to depend on the government to give us food. I don't know. These cities, Agenda 21, they want to move everybody's cities. Some guy in China invented this new model system of building a 100-story building in 1 week. It's like Lego. You just put the pieces together in 1 week to have a 100-story building. They're going to move people to cities like Soylent Green, the movie. You know, that's the system that's already been created. In China, they have cities, ghost cities they call them, that can hold 30 million people. Why are they building these cities to hold 30 million people? Nobody's living in it right now. They're going to move the people there. And eventually with that system, maybe they'll move it to North America too. You know, Agenda 10.1 says landowners are plagued with discrepancy between the poor and the rich. You can't allow people to own land. And eventually farmers and stuff like that, somehow they're kicked out of the land, whether financially, with weather or whatever. It's just not profitable to sell their food or stuff like that. And eventually they might end up depending on the government for food, which is the worst thing.
Gold and silver. I remember one of my customers saying when Vlekovenza separated Poland from the Russians, the only currency they used was gold and silver. And his parents had to fly to Poland to help his relatives, and they would put the gold and silver with them sewn in their clothes and stuff just to get in the country to help their relatives. Likewise, you read in the papers where there's in the tourism travel section, there was one reporter who went to South America, and you say, "Wow, this country looks so prosperous. Everybody has bricks in their yard." The taxi driver said, "No, we're not prosperous. It's just because our currency is going down every single day. We have to invest it in hard assets, which would be bricks, to build things. Saving your money is no good because you should convert it to hard assets, whether it's bricks or gold and silver." Again, Russia, when Russia fell, there were food shortages and material stuff that was short. Once they got supplies in, like say a shoe store, women's shoes, even the guys would line up and buy the shoes because they knew next week their money would only buy half the shoes. So they would line up whether they had a girlfriend or a mother to buy the shoe for, regardless, and they would get rid of the currency. Currency is where the government and the banks have everybody by the, short hairs, yeah. So what you gotta do is convert it to something useful, commodities.
Tick-tock, the clock has stopped, the ball has dropped, another episode is in the bag. Thank you for joining us here for episode 107 of the revolution that is the Zita Nation. And come back next week for part 1 of our greatest hits episode right here on YouTube. Go back and check out all 106 of my other episodes right here on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. One word, Emperor Zita, right here on YouTube. Pick up your Drop Dead Pinups Electric Night CD. Check them out on iTunes. Grab one of their awesome t-shirts and follow them on Twitter for all the news about their brand new album, if it ever actually comes out, at Drop Dead Pinups. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at what else but Emperor Zita. Don't forget to head down to Excalibur Comics for all of your comic book conspiracy theory related needs. Rob will even set you up with a pull list. And to be the man, woo! You gotta